NFL on EA Sports.
With a December snow blanketing much of the Midwest and Northeast, what a perfect time to be in the Sunshine State as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. There's Nick Foles ready to bring out this Jacksonville offense. Nick was the MVP of Super Bowl 52, of course. Signed the big money deal to take over as a starting quarterback following the 5-year run of Blake Bortles, who wound up in L.A. And now the throw taken in by Chark. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Here's Foles. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 52 yards. Now a play fake here on first down.
And you can tell early, they're going to look his way quite a bit. And he made himself available on that one.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And he'll get that to Fournette complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. The open man is Chark. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Come on now, let's go! Ready! 18 Gator, hey! High 7!
Throwing on first down is Locke. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now Foles. Looking long for Westbrook. This is caught at the 20. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The kick by Lambeau is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 39, Locke looking downfield for Godwin. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Airing this one out for Evans. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can
into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Fournette. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Stop.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Foles now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going, 8 of 10. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, Armstead. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good rally to the football holds them to 2, and that brings up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big run there by Jones. 51 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Hey, dude. 26 months. Let's go.
Locke working out of the gun. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Antonio Callaway, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Lambeau to add on the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead. Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation. Or go 4 verticals because why not? Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead. And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame. The adjustment to the adjustment. Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there. What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the from the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ndamukong Suh make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin White. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it. They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead. It's been a back and forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here. And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there. You think that factored in? I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say. Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin with a run by Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They're going to look to throw. And able to find Conley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
13.
On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller is thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
From the 22, Foles. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Foles. This one complete over the middle to O'Shaughnessy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
To throw it is locked. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
You don't want me. Check 4. Hey, team 6.
Block will try again on second down. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The Bucs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing his lock on third down. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third and long, it's locked. Jones has it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. On second down and 4. Foles. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go jet sweep here with Chark. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Fournette on the counter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So now the Bucks down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Clock now on first down. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down is Locke. That's taken in by Callaway. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He's back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 17-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Calais Campbell in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Back to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. They come up on a first and goal and most likely four-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And that is caught. Touchdown. And they're an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final minute. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Bucs, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, 30,000 no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now.